Hey guys, so it's Ashley. It has been since January since I've done a video, so I have epically failed on all accounts. And discussing in January not wanting to do book tags, one of the things this year that I've gotten really into is doing makeup and makeup inspired looks for books. And you can check some of those photos out over on my Instagram, which is books with a Z, the number 4, nerds with a Z. So I decided to actually participate in the makeup book tag. I found it when Kat from Katie Tastic did it, and so I think it was her that did it. I don't know. I've watched way too many people do it. Also, Sam from Thoughts on Tomes. But I think the original creator was Mackenzie from Bookish Things and Tea, but I could be wrong. I'm really sorry if I am. But I kind of wanted to get started, so I am going to be looking at my phone a lot so I can read the questions. I won't be I'm going to be thinking about this on the spot, so bear with me, and I will be putting on makeup too, because why the hell not? So the first question is primer, a book that left a lasting impression on you. So I'm actually not a super primer person, but because we've been road tripping a lot, and all the different weather, my face has decided to do some weird crap. So I picked up this Too Faced Proactive Nourishing Hangover RX. I'm really hoping in the video it's not backwards like it is on the camera. So we'll see. If it's all backwards, I apologize, guys. Okay, so a book that, oh, this is really warm. That's what happens when you leave your makeup in the car. A book that left a lasting impression on me. A contemporary book that definitely left a lasting impression on me would have to be oh my gosh, this is actually a really hard question, but I'm gonna do contemporary, and I'm gonna have to go with The Serpent King by Jeff Zettner. I read it about 6 months before it released, and then it came out, and I reread it, and then I threw it at all of my friends, and they loved it. I really want to pick up the paperback. I'm not a huge fan of it, only because, yeah, I love that quote. It's amazing, but it's kind of hard to tell, oh, the book's actually called The Serpent King. But I think it was really good. Yeah, you got attached to the characters, and they were characters that you could relate to, and at the time that I read it, all of my friends had, were going off to school, and I was just stuck at home and didn't know what I was going to do, and I was a gamer, and it just, there was a lot, and I really loved how Jeff touched on the whole religious aspect. So the next question is Foundation, your favorite first book in a series. So I actually just picked up Tarte's new Amazonian clay stick foundation it's in a stick. That's why it's called stick foundation. But I actually normally use this, but I picked up it in this because I think it has better coverage. So yeah, and also totally not a makeup person, so there's a high probability that half this shit that I put on is not the way to put it on, but yeah, that's what I do. I also really don't normally put foundation on first, but I wanted to go in order. I also don't wet my beauty blender as much as other people. I don't know. I'm also not a huge fan of the beauty blender. Okay, so my favorite first book in a series. The first book that pops in my mind is Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. And I don't know if that's because I really need to read the last book in the series, and that's one of the first books I'm going to read when I get home or not, but I don't know, the world building, and I just really like Brimstone, and that concept, and the idea that you put teeth together to create people. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of aspects of it that I really like, and I think the second book was really good. It suffered a little bit from second book syndrome, and then yeah, so I started book 3 when it literally first released, and made it 20 pages and had to put it down because I didn't want to lose all my characters because I loved them too much. Also, the lighting is really shitty, so now I just look really pale, so that's awesome. But yeah. Okay, the next book is Concealer, some characters you wish didn't exist. So I own concealer. I just bought some because I've been having really bad breakouts. And then Ooh, I get to show these off. Ah. I have both sets of Storybook Cosmetic brushes, and I like to use, which I realize again is not the proper usage of these things. I like to use the little angle brush to apply the concealer because it just makes sense, and then I'll come in with the Beauty Blender and woo! Feel like I'm always putting on more paint. Okay, so some characters I wish didn't exist. There's not actually a lot of books that like I don't like people from, or like the book in general that like I'm just like I'm gonna hate on this book. But I will say a book that I really hated when I read it last year that I was actually looking forward to a little bit was Tonight the Streets Are Ours. No idea who the author is. I really hated it, like with a passion. A lot of people really liked it, and I just couldn't get past the whole stalking aspect that like really grind on my nerves a lot. I guess like who the fuck travels? Sorry, this is gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna apparently rant a little bit. Why would you think it's okay to travel a shit ton of miles, whether it's like 50 miles or 1,000 miles, it doesn't matter, but like you call all the bookstores in your local town to see if you can like find this one dude because you like his website, and then like you call around and you're like, oh, does so and so work here? Like, and also like that's super unprofessional for your like coworkers to be like, oh yeah, so and so works on this day. Like that's actually like super dangerous. So I guess I like don't condone that aspect of the book. I think the like traveling aspect and getting to know somebody online, but like not in the sense of like stalking them and then driving out to see them and all this stuff. Like it just, I don't know, it just really bugged me and felt like super sketchy, and it encourages people to like, oh, you really like this person but they live so far away and they don't actually know you exist. Yeah, drive that far and they're gonna fall in love with you. It's gonna be great. Like that's not real life, and it's like super fucking dangerous. No matter your age, like whether you're 22, you're 16, or you're 50, like it's just not safe. Okay, rant done. Powder, your favorite last book in a series. I mean, I have like I guess setting powder. I guess I should get up and go grab that. I don't actually use setting powder that often. Like I also don't understand. I'll be right back, guys. Woo! I actually don't understand the concept of setting powder, I guess. Like, it's weird to me. So I have Kat Von D translucent setting powder. I guess like the idea is that it like sets your makeup, but like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me, guys. So if in the comments you want to tell me how to properly use this whole setting powder stuff, that would be awesome. I have like setting spray that's like when I'm all done that I put it on. So maybe that's what it is. So with the, not makeup related, the powder is your favorite last book in a series. So it's a series technically, it's a duology. I loved Crooked Kingdom. Not quite as much as, I loved Crooked Kingdom. Six of Crows was amazing. I loved all of it. But I think Crooked Kingdom just, like, I don't know, it just was even better. And I know that it's because I love Leigh Bardugo's writing style. So yeah, so I think duology-wise, I loved Crooked Kingdom. So that would be my favorite last book in a series. Or Pendragon. I waited like 6 years to read the last book of Pendragon, which was what I read last year. And it's by DJ McHale. It's more of a middle grade, I think. I think it's marketed as middle grade still. It was really good. It was nice to like go back and visit some characters that I had not read anything about in quite some time, and to get that ending. I hated the ending. Like I really hated the ending, but I liked just like going back and seeing them, and yeah. Okay, next question. Eyebrows, a book you think everyone should read. Um, I don't do my eyebrows. Like, I think it's just because, like, I think I suck at doing eyebrows. I have, like, the Anastasia, not here, but I have, like, the Anastasia Beverly eyebrow stuff at home that I use every once in a while. But, like, I don't know. Here we go. Let's see if I can epically fail and just, like, pretend to do my eyebrows, guys, because eyebrows. Okay, so eyebrows, a book you think everyone should read. Dash and Lily's Book of Dares. Like, no doubt about it. I love it. And you don't have to read it around Christmas time, but I highly suggest it because it's so adorable. I don't know, it's just one of those books that I really like, and I think it's really cute and quirky. I'm not a contemporary fan, so and my friends know this, so for me to like recommend them to read a contemporary is really odd. So I don't know, like I have like super fair eyebrows, so it's like hard to, I don't, so I like didn't blend anything up here. This is horrible, guys. This is what happens when I'm using the fucking camera as my okay. My eyebrows, yeah, I don't know. I just have like super fair eyebrows anyways, and my hair is blonde again, which is my natural hair color. So I don't know. I just don't really do eyebrows very much. But there, that sort of works. Yeah. Okay, so next question is scrolling. Eyeshadow, a book with your favorite colors on the cover. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, I'm gonna like pull out my little notebook. I don't have any of the books with me. That's what I get for traveling. So, I'm gonna choose books that I've read this year. Well, like, my favorite color is red, but I think honestly, like, the cover for Eliza and Her Monsters is just like super quirky and cute and adorable, and it's such a great read. And I just like the bright colors in it, and lately I've been doing really bright colors, so I think I'm gonna go with that. But today, since I'm wearing blue, I think I'm actually gonna do, I really like the cover of Strange the Dreamer, so we're gonna do some blue eyeshadow. I'm gonna turn off the alarm on my phone because I'm supposed to go get lunch soon. Okay, so yeah, so I really, just covers in general, I really like. I'm also super limited on what makeup I do kind of have, just because I am on the road, but we're just bear with me. Also, like, aren't, again, not makeup experts, so this I am gonna totally cheat and use the mirror on the palette that I'm gonna use, because I actually have to go out today, so I can't do like super crappy makeup. Okay, so the cover that I like the UK edition of Strange the Dreamer. I think it's got really pretty blues in it. So what I'm gonna do is prep every other color. Gotta like use that white color to highlight the inner corners of my eyes, because you know, gotta do that. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I have the electric palette, and we're gonna go ahead and just do some bold dabbing. I am like slowly getting more confident in my makeup ability, but I'm still like kind of I don't know, like I kind of lack that like overall confidence of being able to pull off the bright colors all the time. I wish I could though, because like the girls that do it are really stunning, and it's just, yeah, I don't know, like I don't know why I don't, But, and I also like grew up being told that like don't use blue. Blue's like that hooker color. But I think like you can like pull it off if you do it a certain way, like make it that subtle color. But yeah. So we're gonna do a little blue and brown, I think. And I think actually I will on Instagram tonight, I will go ahead and post the color look. I do have my copy of Strange the Dreamer. I don't know if it has the dust jacket on it or not, but I will go ahead and post that photo so you guys can kind of see a better, clearer picture than what my iPad's recording. But okay, so enough of that. I feel like I'm taking forever. I do want to do, I've been trying really hard to get into taking and doing like an under. I really hope eyeliner. Yep, eyeliner's a thing. Okay, so eyeliner. The question is a dark and a dark and mysterious book. Oh, I'm sitting on the floor. A dark and mysterious book. There's like a lot of good ones. Blood and Salt by Kim Liggett is like dark. Plus it involved a corn maze, and corn mazes freak me out. Like of all the scary stuff, corn mazes are a big no-no. I don't want to be a part of that. So yeah, so eyeliner, dark mysterious book. I'm gonna do some blue underneath, and then we're gonna grab me my Kat Von D ink original ink liner. I love this stuff. I'm also still not super confident with like huge cat wing, but you know, I can do my best at it. I think it just has to do with the like inability to draw a straight line. So there's one, woo! And then like I always go and like mess up on the second eye, so the wings never look even. And I realize like I am not the only one that does this. It's nice to know I'm not the only one that does this, because if I was, I would probably cry. But yeah, I'm gonna make, yeah, so there's the wing liner look. Woo. The other thing I do is I have a white liner that I love, and I like to exorcism. It's funny, I can't ever wear contacts because I'm terrified of like stabbing myself in the eye. But I can finally do my waterline, so you know, that's cool. Also, this is like, I promise my eyes on the bottom are not that white. It'd be really scary. I have done that though for like a different makeup look, but not like, it was actually like a fun screw around. And I'm gonna just use the darker blue. Yeah, okay. So, woo, creative. Okay. Next one, mascara, a long book. So I do own mascara. I will not be putting it on though. The mascara brand that I brought with me is Makeup Forever. It is actually one of the only mascaras that does not make my eyelashes itch. I don't know, comment below if you have that problem. Yeah, it just seems to be a thing that I run into, that like my eyelashes start to itch really, really bad. But this one seems to work okay. But because like the day is half over, I don't really want to waste the mascara because it's such a small sample. But a long book, Passenger was probably one of the longest books that I have read. I don't know, I've been reading a lot of long ones, but Passenger. It took me like 3 days to finish, I think, which, woo, yeah, 3 days. But it was really, really long, and it was really built up, and it was actually really, really good. Like, I enjoyed the crap out of it. I'm excited for Wayfarer. It is intimidating how big they are, though. And I think that's one reason why it took me almost a year to actually start Passenger, was I just, like, looked at it and I was like, oh, this is so intimidating. But yeah, so long book. Blush, a book with cringeworthy romance. I don't actually own, I don't think I have actual blush. Like, I think I just use, like, one of the on my Too Faced palette that I have. I think I just, like, I like to just, you know, I take the back end of my beauty blender. Again, this is probably, like, super cringy for people, but I like to, like, dab it, and then I'll, like, I think it's because, like, my cheeks naturally, like, I blush anyways, so, it's kind of hard for me to, like, want to, like, ooh, here's some blush, like, here's my rosy cheeks, but yeah, so there's that. Okay, so a cringeworthy romance. Most romances are actually really cringy to me because they don't seem super realistic, but, I like that about them, I guess, but I can't think of, like, one cringy, like, oh, this is a thing. You could do Twilight, I guess, woo, but that's horrible. It just, I don't know, I don't read books for their romance. That's always just, like, a side thing for me, and I think that's one of the reasons I kind of don't really read that many contemporary books, because, like, I avoid those because they always seem to be so romance heavy. But yeah, so I guess I avoid cringy romances like I avoid blush. So a highlighter, a book that brightens your day. Oh my gosh, so I actually have a ton of highlighter. I kind of really like highlighter. So I have this, like, Too Faced, it's more like a bronzer. I guess, okay, I have High Beam, I have What's Up Benefit, another High Beam, which is called Sunbeam, and then I have this roller one, which I hate because it's a bitch to get out of its thing. So we're gonna go ahead, and I think it's, what is it you're supposed to do? You're supposed to do powder or stick formula first. So we're just gonna highlight those, like, important parts of your body. Okay, so then you do that, and then you're supposed to, like, take your liquids and do liquids next. And I think I'm gonna do more of a pinky color. So we're gonna use this one, and then we're just gonna do, I like doing dots. So you just do your dots right over the top. Sometimes, like, one day, as I, like, put it in my hair, I just wanna, like, leave the dots and just, like, oh, it's like a festival for your face. It's also, like, a lot. But, you know, what's that saying, like, you can never have too much highlight? So I spend all my time with, like, a super oily face, so to, like, turn around and, like, oh, let's make the parts of my face super shiny, always feels really weird to me. But I also probably use my beauty blender for everything, and I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not. But yeah, okay, so a book that brightens my day. There's lots of books that make me really happy in life, but I want to try to stick to, like, books that I've read this year. So I have my, like, cheat sheet with reviews and lists of books that I've read. Okay, Ramona Blue made me really happy. I just finished featuring her for the past week, or the book for the past week, over on my Instagram, and it was just a really amazing book, and I can't wait for my mom to finish reading it so I can talk to her about it. But I think North of Happy, like, I know it's kind of a sad book, but I just think how the character grows and everything, it's just a very, like, happy. Plus, I really love the idea that every chapter has a recipe, and I cannot wait to get home and cook and try those recipes out. So that book made me really, really happy because of the ending was really good, and just in general, like, him discovering himself and what he's capable of was a really just happy book. So although it was a sad book, like, I'm aware that it's a sad book, but yeah. Okay, lipstick, my favorite book kiss. Oh dear God. I did such a bright lip that it feels really weird if I did a dark lip. So normally I use the Unique stiff upper lip stain, or a Kat Von D color, which this one is damned, so it's, like, super dark. But I bought on this trip the Anastasia lip palette. This is like the one big splurge I did. And you basically can create your own colors. It's really fun. There's like a palette that you get. I need to clean mine off, but there's, obviously I really like pinks and purples. But yeah, but today I think because I did such like a bright color eye, I'm gonna try to just stick to a more nude lip, so I'm just gonna do one color. And it's not gonna be like super nude, like I'm aware of this. Okay, but my favorite book kiss, all of them. I think like that's a hard question. I also love that I don't edit these videos, so you guys get like all the hemming and hawing, and I totally don't sound like I'm a professional or like a communication debate person. But let's see. Kaz and Inej. Like, there's so much they went through together, and it's so well written, and just everything, and what he has to overcome, and yeah, I think Kaz and Inej's kiss, actually all of the kisses in that book. There's actually no mirror here. I'm just like using the reflection. Okay, we're just gonna move on. Okay, oh wait, that's it. Wow, okay, so, I mean, I guess that's it. That's what I normally do to apply makeup. It normally doesn't take me 27 minutes to also put on makeup. I'm pretty sure my entire family would kill me if it took me that long. So, I also like to pretend that I know how to contour. So, contouring. Contouring is to, like, define yourself, to define, like, so I'm gonna, like, make some shit up. So, one of the books that I really like that is, like, about finding yourself is, or not finding yourself, but, like, understanding who you are, which is finding yourself, is, I'll Meet You There by Heather Demetrios. It's actually the only book that I've read from her. I heard her other books are pretty good, but it's just never been a thing that I've read. So I'm gonna say, like, the reason why I'll Meet You There is really important. At the time in my life, I was dating a guy that was in the military, and he would talk about, you know, what would happen if he deployed and all of that, and it really sucked to have to talk about that, but like I understood it. Like, I grew up with like military in my family, so I kind of understood it. But to like read a book as your boyfriend's talking about deploying is really scary, because you don't always have communication with them, and I have lots of friends that are in the military now and that are overseas, and it's hard. And so the main character has a missing limb, and he has to learn to not accept that he's missing a limb. Like, he has to learn to do that, but like it's not something you get over very easily. But I also feel like this doesn't actually do anything. It's not something that he has to get over, but I think he has to understand that it's okay to ask for help. And something that really is hard for me is to ask for that help, to, when I'm struggling, to not just cowgirl up and do it myself when I know that it's not something I can do by myself. So it's really hard to like ask people for help, and I still struggle with that. And so to read a book about a character that has a disability that's struggling, that I don't have a missing limb, but I still I related to it, that the whole like, you're ashamed to ask for help because you used to be able to do something by yourself. And one of the jokingly examples that my family uses is, I've grown up moving hay like all my life, and recently I just seem to like drag my ass trying to move all the hay by myself. And so I just ask friends to help me do it, and I never used to have to do that. I used to just be able to get it done, just my dad and I, and now it's like I'm in a lot of pain, my knee hurts, and I don't want to let them down, so I find helpful friends, which I'm so grateful for. to help me move the hay. And that takes a lot for me to do. So, the last thing I like to do is the makeup setting, which I'm assuming is what that whole like translucent powder stuff was from earlier. But I use the Urban Decay All-Nighter, and it freaking makes my makeup stay, and I am super impressed and happy with it. This is the travel size. I have the bigger one back home. But yeah, I probably have like half of it left from a 60-day road trip, which I feel like I should have more than that left, but it happens. So, especially because I use like more than one or 4 spritz. But I feel, okay, so something that like helps you stay like grounded, a book that keeps you grounded, like your setting spray. Goodbye Days by Jeff Zettner. Obviously Jeff is a huge author that I love, but Goodbye Days is about a kid texting his best friends. They're all in the same vehicle and they all get in a car crash and die, and he gets blamed for it. And there is so many people that I know that text and drive, and I have been guilty of it myself. And so to like read a book that's like, holy shit, this could happen, and it could happen to somebody that you know, and you could be at fault for it because you're texting that person when you know they're driving. So I now have this thing where if I'm texting somebody and they're like, oh, I'm jumping in the car, I'll be like, oh, yeah, text me when you get there. And then they'll like keep texting, and it's like, you need to stop. And then I won't respond to them at all. But yeah, so a book that keeps you grounded, like I think it's a big wake up reality for people that like, yo, you need to pay attention to your life. Like your life is important and it matters. So, well, I hope you enjoyed my 32-minute long makeup book tag, and go check out my Instagram. That's where I've been mostly. My hair is crazy wild right now, but thank you for watching. And yeah, Instagram, I'm way more active on that. I can't make promises that the blog is this like up and coming, everything's gonna be great. I have 32 book reviews written and nothing posted, but they will be going up when I get home in 5 days. So yeah, this road trip has been amazing, and I'm gonna do another video about that. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Bye guys.